The monsters of the Midway, the 1985 Chicago Bears. In 1985, a storm swept across the National Football League. A storm unlike anything the sport had ever seen. It wore navy blue and orange, and it called itself the Chicago Bears. They weren't just a football team, they were a force of nature. Their mission was simple: to destroy everything in their path. The genius behind the chaos it all began with two men, Mike Ditka, the fiery head coach, and Buddy Ryan, the defensive mastermind. They didn't always agree. They yelled, argued, even fought. But out of that chaos, they created something legendary: the 46 defense. A formation so aggressive it terrified opponents before the game even began. It brought relentless pressure, confusion, and violence to every play. Quarterbacks couldn't breathe. Running backs couldn't escape. No one could survive the storm. The monsters rise. At the heart of the defense stood Mike Singletary, eyes wide, heart burning, the soul of the Bears. Around him, warriors like Richard Dent, Dan Hampton, Steve McMichael, and Otis Wilson brought pain and precision. And then there was William the Refrigerator Perry, the 300-pound phenomenon who could crush you on defense and run over you for a touchdown on offense. These men didn't just play football. They redefined it. The season of destruction. The Bears started the 1985 season on fire. 12 straight wins. They were unstoppable, untouchable. Until one night in Miami, when the Dolphins ended their perfect dream. But that loss, it only made them angrier. They finished 15-1, their defense ranked first in almost every category. Teams didn't try to beat the Bears anymore. They just tried to survive them. The playoffs. The road to glory. When the playoffs came, the Bears unleashed pure dominance. They shut out the Giants 21-0, then shut out the Rams 24-0. No team had ever done that before. And then came Super Bowl XX. The opponent? The New England Patriots. But from the first whistle, the Bears made one thing clear. This wasn't a football game. It was an execution. They sacked, stripped, and smothered everything in sight. They allowed only 7 rushing yards the entire game. Final score, 46-10, Richard Dent, Super Bowl MVP. The Chicago Bears, immortal. The Super Bowl Shuffle. Before their championship, the team recorded a song, the now iconic Super Bowl Shuffle. It was bold, cocky, even controversial, but that was the Bears. Confident, united, and unbreakable. They didn't just win football games. They became a cultural phenomenon. Legacy of the Monsters decades later, fans still talk about them in awe. No team has ever captured the same magic, the same fear, the same heart, the same swagger. The 1985 Chicago Bears weren't perfect. They were loud. They were wild. They were human. But for one incredible season, they became the greatest football team the world had ever. Legends never die. They live forever, in the hearts of those who witnessed greatness. The 1985 Chicago Bears, the monsters of the Midway.